This is the project we are working on, right? So we already discussed about how to implement all the methods, method implementations. We already completed that, right? Next part is what? Create a user interface in console, correct? In core Java we cannot like right now we don't know how to connect this with the web and all. We don't have a website and all, right? So we will do console application. So we have to create user interface in console. So design your user interface first. How it should be, like how we like while starting, what are the things required to show, or how user will interact with the system. What is your idea? So I'm going to start the app. My this project application I'm starting. Consider like real-time applications we have, right? Facebook application, anything, any application in our phone you can take, or system you can take. Then compare that like that idea. So very first thing, what is your expecting, like what is your idea, what we can give for user? Okay, you can say this is welcome to, like we have to introduce our, if it is Facebook, you can see Facebook logo. Any application if you are opening, you can see the logo or some branding about that product or application, right? So here also in console we cannot do more things. So what we are doing is we are giving a message. So welcome to, what is this project name? Car rental system. Okay, so this message we are giving. Then after this, what is your idea? Build your logic, find some idea. It is just user interface, right? I'm not saying you have to create the project, like create the program. What is your idea? How it should be interacting with the user? What should be the next thing? Okay, enter details. What details? So first we can display are you a admin, or that we can give in n different ways, correct? We can give that as a message. Are you an admin or user? Based on that, press like we can give a specify a code or something, or in a simple way we can list 1 is for admin, 2 is for user. You can design that. There is no fixed format for this. So customer, this is the very first message, right? We are giving to user can select any, correct? So also we will add one more thing, that is exit from the application. Exit application is there in every application, right? We can exit like using a button or any other things, like it can be a back operation, or it can be a button click. Exit we can do. So here also we are saying exit. So if user is not saying exit, I don't have to go out of the application, right? I should loop again and again. I have to loop again and again. If my user of the application is not giving the input as 3, I have to repeat again and again. How can I implement this? For implement this in program side, this part I have to keep in a do block, and we have to write the condition. I'm just giving you the basic idea. Programming you have to think. So while, what is the condition? Where I have to stop, where I have to continue. If the option is 3, I have to stop. Where I have to continue? If the option is not 3 means everything will come, right? So I can say, let's say ch is my input or choice. choice is my input. Not equal to 3 means I will continue. We are writing for the true case, right? When I have to continue, that case I am writing. So this will loop again and again. Getting my point? Basic looping concept. This portion, whatever code we are writing for this operation, will loop again and again until user is selecting 3. If user is selecting 3, I will come out of this loop. That means my application is closed, terminated. Getting my point? So that logic you can implement. Then consider user have selected first. So first is selected. Then what I have to do? Admin is selected. Admin. In admin, what are the things I have to do? First we have to verify, right? How we can verify the user? Even in Facebook also, first thing we have to do is what? Login, sign up or sign in. What is sign up and sign in? So in Facebook only one option is there, that is customer option or user option. There is no admin concept. Correct. So if I am opening that Facebook application, it will first say to login or sign up or sign in. Correct. So both we have to consider here in customer. But in admin, what is the thing? We don't have to sign up. We will not provide sign up option. Already in for our system only one admin we are. That is our wish. If I have multiple admins, I can create multiple admin. But we will not allow a user to create an admin account. Correct. It is not open for user. So backend we will create admin. If I have to create multiple admins also, I can create that in backend. I will not use that as an option for creating from the user side. Getting what I am saying? So what we have to do first? If admin option is selected from this. So this you can keep. This is the only one thing you will keep inside main method. This is the only one thing you will keep inside main method. If admin 1 is selected, we will call another method where that method will perform all the logic for that admin. Here if customer is selected, then we will call a method which is related to customer. So that method will perform all the options related to customer, whatever it is. Getting my point? So here admin means first we have to validate admin. Without validation we cannot give an access, right? How can I validate? How we can make the interaction? We are talking about user interface. So we have to ask ID and name, so that we will get ID and name. We will get ID and name. Correct. After taking this ID and name, what we have to say? How can I validate? Already this ID and name is in backend. Where we have stored? Admin. So let's say ID. I am taking this in ID, comma, name. Two things are there. How can I validate this? Two variables. I am taking ID in ID variable, name in name variable. How can I validate this? Validate admin method you can create. Correct. From admin operation method, you can call validate admin method. You can call validate admin method, which will give Boolean data. So we can write if, but actually admin validation method we have created, right? Yes or no? Yes. We can use that also. Okay, so okay, if, how can I call that particular method where we have created that method? Admin service. Where we have that method? Admin service implementation. admin service implementation dot. So is that an this is a class. That method is not static method, so we cannot call using class name. So object. So what you can do is you can create an object, like all the operations that we are performing is using admin class, right? All the operations using admin class, I think we can access all the methods, right? All the methods in the system, yes or no? So what we can do is create this at the very beginning in main method. Main method, the very first line, you will create scanner object, right? Using scanner object, whenever you required one data, you are using that, right? You are not creating again and again scanner objects. Getting my point? One scanner object you are using for n inputs. Whenever you required an input, you are using that. Same here, we can use admin. You can give any name, or I created the object. Can I use this manager object name for calling this method? Manager dot. So manager dot. How can I? What is the method name? Okay. Validate admin. Fine. In whatever the method name is, you can call that method from here. And what we have to pass? ID and name we have taken as a variable, right? That we can pass here. ID and name. So what is happening in this one? This we already created, right? Then why you are getting error? Why you are getting error in this validation? I already shared that code, right? Validation code. Okay, even that I can use as an object. Using the object of admin service, I can access all the data from user implementation, user service implementation. That is why I am creating that as a variable object here. So what code we wrote in that one validation method? Public boolean validate admin. What we have given this string? Okay, ID, int ID, string name. Fine. What we are doing in this? What was the logic? If ID means this one, ID equal to, if it is an integer data, I can use equal to for comparing. So ID equal to admin service dot admin ID. Correct? Because in admin service I created ID variable, so that we are comparing here ID variable. Then and this is not only the one thing, right? We have one more thing. What is that? How can I compare name? Name dot equals, then equals admin service dot name, right? Okay, admin name. Okay, so this is how we compared that, right? This is how it is verifying, yes or no? And we created all the methods. You just have to call that method from our main method. Remaining all the things we have already implemented. Correct? Okay, then come to this point. We are taking two datas. We can use that validate admin method. It will take an integer and name. It will validate. After validating, it will give true or false value. Based on that, do I have to do any operation here? If true, so we can say welcome admin name. We can take that admin name from our admin services. Correct? Because only one admin is there. Welcome admin, then we can give the list of operations. Correct? So that is depends on this two items are validating or not. If it is validating, this is the thing. If it is not validating, then we can say user name or password is or ID is incorrect, right? Based on that ID and name, we will give the message also, right? If we are not giving any message, will that be good for user? User will not understand anything, right? That is why we have to give this, we have to take this functionalities and make that as a, like, use it and give the proper message to. That is why we are creating this user interface, right? Otherwise, what is the use of user interface? So what I will do is I will show what I did in my implementation, that main method implementation. Try to go through that and understand what is happening and implement that in another project. Anyway, this project you have to try this project first, then same item logics you can implement in another project. So guys, listen. Listen. So what I did is I created that admin manager object. What is this object? Admin service implementation. Manager is the name of object. Using this object, can I access all the methods which is available in this project? Yes. So I have created that as static in my rental car system manager, which is implementing main method. In that class I have created that as static item. Then what is this? Scanner class also I created as static. So I can use this two items, I can use anywhere in this class, right? Getting my point? So I have created that. Listen here. Then do you know what is this? That is a separate method I added into our project. What is that? Add? I think you all have added some data into your system, right? For verifying whether it is working or not. Correct. So what I did is I created a method for it. So I don't have to create, like, I don't have to write a n number of code here. So if I am calling that method, it will add all the data into my list. I will create some car objects. I will create by calling this method. Inside this method will create few car objects, few customer objects, few rental objects, and that objects will be added into list. Getting my point? Every time I don't have to add the data into my system. Some dummy data I already added, so I can verify whether my system is working or not. I will go to that. Where is this object? It is in admin service implementation. So in admin service implementation, yes, I created both the classes in same implementation class. See, here I am not following that package things, right? Because here I just created this for practice. First I have to do that, then only I can give the task to you, right? So I created this as a practice. So here I have created user service implementation. In that I created two classes. One is for admin, and after this we can see user service implementation is also there. In the same file I created two classes, and I am inheriting this class in my first one. Here, see, extends. This is that method I created. Like, we are calling this from the main method, right? The very first line in main method is what? What is the very first line in main method? So whenever my project is loading or my project is starting work, it's working, I will get this. I am doing this first line as my method calling. Which method I am calling? Add dummy data into array list. So what is happening in the dummy data? See, what is this? Add customer. Add customer method we are calling from here, and new object is created, and that object is passing into this add customer. How many customer items we are creating? Three customer objects we are creating and adding that into the array list. This you know, right? Add customer, already I given that method, right? Implementation and all, we already discussed about this. What is happening in add customer? What is happening in add customer? If an object is coming into add customer, it will, what is this customers? Array list. Add, it will add the object into the array list. Simple. This is what we are doing in that method. So we are adding 3 customer objects. We are creating 3 customer objects and adding that into the array list. Then after this, what is happening? What is this? How many cars we are adding here? 8. 8 car objects are creating, and we are adding that into, where we are adding this? Car list of cars. Then rental. How I am adding this rental item? How I am adding this rental item? What is this? Customers. I am not creating a new customer object there. I cannot create a new customer object. Correct. We have to add the existing customer. We have to give the existing customer here, and also existing car. I cannot create a new car object or new customer object there. If I am creating, what will happen? It will be a new item. It will not be the item in the system. Getting my point? So we have to point out the customer which is already created in the system. So which customer I am taking? Can you identify? Which customer? Why? Customers is a list. Get 0. What is 0? First index position, right? What we have in first? This is the first customer. Correct. So I am linking car rental. This is what association is, right? Correct. Connecting one object with another object of different classes. One object of one class with another object of another class. Getting my point? That is what we are doing here. So we are linking customer object with the rental, car object with the rental. We are not creating a new object item. We cannot do that. If we are doing that, will not be good. We cannot sync the system there. Synchronization will not be there. So we are pointing to the existing data. Then start date and end date. Getting my point? So this is some dummy data I am adding into the system. Whenever my system is starting, this data will be added. This data will be loaded. So I don't have to write these items. I don't have to enter these items into my system every time. Okay, so that is what happens in the first line of main method. Then what is this? As we discussed, we are giving a message. My message is heading to the system, like car rental system. Then what is this? This is just a variable. I have given the name because, like, if I am using this name, I will not get confused. Everything is clearly mentioned here. Using this is a choice variable, which is like what we are choosing here, admin or customer. If it is admin, we will get 1. Correct? Message one admin, two customer. So I have given admin or customer choice. We are choosing on that two items. So that particular value I am just initializing so that I can enter into the do while loop. This is what we discussed, right? Getting my point? So here we are giving that message to user. From user we are taking one data. With that I am comparing. If it is 1, I will validate the admin. 1 means what? It is admin, right? So very next thing is I have to validate admin. So we will go to that method and check what we can do there. So I selected that name. Where is that method? Yes, method is here. So I navigated to that particular method. What I am doing in this method? Check out. What is happening in this method? This method is private. I cannot call this from anywhere outside. Only in this class I can call this. So what I am doing first, very first thing is what? Okay, validate admin is a method. Again, I have to find out the occurrence of that. Okay, here. See, validate method, validate admin. What I am doing here? Then, any doubt in this? What is this? This is what we discussed, right? We are calling that particular method. It will validate and it will generate what? Boolean data. It can be true or false. That I am again return. Where it will come, that value? It will come to where it is. No, I have to select this one, sir. Yes. So that true or false value come to this point. If it is true means what? Admin is. If it is true means what? Admin is validated. That is admin, right? We have validated that as admin. So what are the things I can do with admin? See, I am giving welcome admin service dot admin name bracket admin. So how I will get this in output? Welcome admin name, then bracket admin. Then again I have to display some number of options, right, for admin, and that also I will give in do while loop. In do block I will give these things, so that here also we have one option to go back. So until user is giving 7, it will loop here. Understanding what I am saying? So in that way you can create. So what are the operations we have listed here? Display all car, display customer, all rental. These are the methods we have implemented in our service, right? Admin service or user service. So that I have listed here also as a message to user. So if we are validating that, then this will come. From that again I can choose. So if the admin's choice is 1, that means what I have to list? List of car. Where can I get list of car? Array list. Where is that array list? It is in user service implementation. So can I use that using this manager object? Can I access that using a manager object? So what I am doing is manager.get all cars. What is get all cars? Because it is a private data, I think, right? That array list, I don't know how to check. Where is array list? Okay, these all are public. Okay, if it is public, then I can access directly. I can access customer, or I can use what? I can use this method to get all the customer item. I can use this method. It will give the same customer array, right? Customers or rentals or cars. What is these three items? What are the three items? What is that three item? This array list only, right? Because I am inheriting this class inside that another one. So I can use that get also, get all cars also. That is what we are doing here. Manager dot get all cars. Then size. That many times this loop will work. I am printing first car is admin service implementation dot cars dot get first one. So in that way I will print all the cars. One first car, second two second car, likewise. What is this? I plus 1. So I is 0, starting from 0. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. So next time it will be 2, 3, 4. How many data are there? That many data will be displayed. So one loop is using there. Getting my point? So that is for option 1. Option 2 is what? Same operation, right? What is the change? Get all customer. We will use customer array here. Then same thing for renter, because option 3. Then for option 4, what we have to do? We have to add new car. So I am not writing that logic here. I will call get car details. Just get car details method I am calling. Understanding? Let's go to that get car details. Where is that get car detail? Up? No, only 2 are there. Third one is? Okay. Yeah. So what is happening here? Check. Sorry. Yeah, this one. What we are doing here? What is this? I'm just creating a dummy object. One reference I am creating. Then get car object. So let's go to that get car object. This one is get car object. What is happening in get car object? What is the data we passed from there? Empty string, right? Yes or no? What we have passed here? Empty string. So empty string, that empty string will come here also, right? We are just passing that. So there is a reason for that. I will give you that idea. Listen. So get car details I called. For the first time itself I am getting get car object. I am calling get car object. So we reached here. Empty string is here. What will I print for the first time? So here I am creating an object. A car object I am creating here. So what is our concept? We have to add a new car. So object I created first. Then I am going to take the data from admin. So what will be the message it will display here? Enter the empty string, right? So enter the details about the dummy car. Don't give dummy car. Enter the details about the car. Getting my point? At this point we will come again, don't worry. There is a reason for giving this item. So enter the details about the car, and I am asking company, model, year. Rental price is also required, right? So here after adding all these 3 items, I am passing that into my method. Which method? It will come to this method, correct? So one object is created and that object contains 3 datas. One more data is to be added. That data I am adding here. Why? Because, okay, we will come to that point. So I am like how can I set the value? Already class is created. How can I set the value? We can use the set method inside that car class. So I am using that and I am taking the data from user. So all the data are added right now, and I will pass that into our method. Where I will get the method? In for, correct, and that object I am giving into add car. Do you know what is add car? That particular object will be added into array list. So we created the object right now. Getting my point? We created the object, we added all the information, and we are adding that into the system. Into the array list we are adding. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? The operation I am asking. No, right? Then what is the next option? Check what is after adding. Not required. It is admin's wish, right? We are already displaying these options. Like that is also okay. In that message we can give successfully added. Getting my point? That is also fine. Then here, what is the next option? Add a new car is there. After that, we can make some updation in existing car, right? If I have to change the year, or if I have to change the price, we have to do that also. So I added one method for that. Getting my point? So at that time, when it will work? When the choice is 5. So what I am doing here, can you just identify? Here I can give a message. What is that message? If I have to give a message, create the brackets. Okay, what message I can give? Okay, car is added. Fine. So here, this is what I like. You have to tell me what is happening here. You have to point out. Go through that code and let me know. I have to know whether you are understanding it or not. I have created one variable. Index is the variable, no value, and I am taking that value from here. What is this method? If I have to update a value in the car, where is the car I have stored? In the array list, right? So I have to know what is the index of that particular car. Then only I can make the update. Correct? So what I am doing is I have a method which is called get index of car. Let's go to that method. Get index. Yes, this one. What is happening here? I cannot create a new object, right? I have to select that particular object, whatever object is there in that array list. That index I have to fetch, and updation I have to do in that index. Correct? So here I am doing get car object. I am creating a car object. Here also I am passing what? Empty, right? Okay. So where is that get car object? Here, right? What will happen here? It will add all these details. How many details are there? To identify a car, we don't have ID, right? We can implement ID also, but here we are not implementing. Here we have company. By company name, can I identify one particular car? No. By model, company name and model? No. Company name and model also can be different, like we can expect different cars, right? In different years. So I am taking company, model and year. Even in that also we can find out lot of different things. So to avoid this situation, better option is keep an unique ID for the car. So using that car ID, I can point out one particular car in the system. Correct? That is the best way, better way. So here, because of we don't have that, we are taking 3 items. We are taking 3 items and creating that as a object. So where this object will come? Get index, right? I am taking that and I am finding the car, exact car object in the array list. Using these data, I am finding the exact car object in the array list. What we are doing here, check. What is this? How many times this loop will work? What is the size of a car array? 8, correct. We already saw that also, right? So, what is happening here? We will take the very first car object from the array. Very first car object from the array. We are checking demi car object. We are comparing demi car object with this car object. Whenever I am finding a match in company name, model name and year name, if 3 items are matching, then what I am return from here, what I am using return here, using return what I am passing, that particular index in that array list. So if I am not finding means what? -1. Getting my point? -1 index is not there, right? That is why I am giving -1. So this value will come to which portion of the code? Here. So can you tell me what will happen here? Whatever the value. Oh, yes, sorry. Here. What will happen here? Whatever the index value is, it can be -1 or it can be any particular index position. That data will be added into index. We can write it in separate line also. Like in this way also we can write. Cut, paste, done. Same thing only, right? Getting my point? It is same thing only, right? Okay, one bracket is. Getting my point? Same thing only happening. So index I am taking and I am comparing that with the -1. If it is -1 means what? We have not found the car, right, in the array list. Car is not found. Car not found. Getting my point? Then if it is not -1 means what? Index is something, we got the index. So I can update anything in that index. So what I am doing, manager dot update car. From where I am getting the object? What is this? This is the same method I am calling, right? What I am passing here right now. So I don't have to write the same operation again and again. Here using a parameter, I am clubbing those required items. Like this message I am passing, right? Where it will go? Where is this car details? Here, right? Then here what is the data right now with us? Updated. Previously it was empty string only, right? Here right now it is updated. Then what will I do first? I will call this method. So I am passing that same update. It is coming to this portion. So update, it will come here. What will be the message? Enter the updated, enter the updated details about the car. Correct? Getting my point? Otherwise what we will do actually, usually what we will do, we will write this again and again n number of times. So in this way we can automate. Same method will work for different cases also. Only the difference is what? We are passing a parameter. Getting my point? This I am showing you to, you can use this kind of logics in your project. Not only here, in when you are developing something also, you can use this different type of logics, new ideas. You don't have to write the same logic again, right? Same logic, try to use it again. That is use of method. So this same thing I have to use in creating a car, updating a car, deleting a car. If I am removing a car, I have to take these 3 data. Whenever car operation is coming, I have to use this. So I will not write this logic again and again. That is why I kept this as a different method. Whenever I required, I will call that method. But this object I am not, like if I am updating the car also, I am creating an object, but only this data I will take. I will not add this object as a new object in the array list. Into the existing object, I will pass this, take this data. Getting my point? It is like local variables we will use to add the elements into array, right? After adding the elements are there in array list. This variable we are not using. Same concept here, like one local object I am creating. I will not add this object into the array list. Into that particular object where I have to update the value, there I will update the value from this object. Getting my point? So I am not like there is no problem of objects. This object is just using for passing the data into the original object. So from here where we will go? We will come here, we will take the rental price also to that same object, and we are passing that object. Where it will come? This point, right? So that particular index is also given. So we don't have to confuse. Like update car is a method where I am giving the index also. The index which we have find out from this method and the car details updated in that original object of the array list. That logic we are writing in update car. Let's see what is in update car. See, in update car, how many things are happening? Can you see lot of things here? I have the index. I will remove that car object from that, and I am adding the new car. Done. Or else we can do one thing. We can take that particular, like if this is not the implementation, means we can implement the same thing in another way. Car dot get, no, cars, sorry, cars dot get, what is the index? Index itself. Index, car dot index, what we will get here? That particular object, right? Object dot set company name. Then inside that company name, what we will give? Car dot get company name. What is happening here? Cars dot get index. What I will get here? That particular car object inside the array list. Correct? That particular car object inside the array list. On to that, I have to update the company name. In that, I have to update the company name. So set company. Then what I am giving here? This is what I have taken from the user, right? Admin, right? From that object, I am taking the company name. I can update that in the object data. This is also possible. So for not to going in that much depth, I am just removing that element from the array list and adding a new object. So object is updated, right? In that particular index only I am updating. To that same index I am just changing. So it will remove that element and add the new element in the same position. Updated element in the same position. Any logic you can use. Getting my point? So this logic I will share with you. Try to like I have not implemented that customer part. Only admin part I have implemented. So using that idea, try to implement customer part. Getting my point? Huh. Happy? Listen here. So as we discussed, we are getting that heading. Then we can give any inputs. If I am giving 1, what we have to do in 1? Your registered ID is asking, so I think my ID is 123 AGT. Okay. So welcome AGT bracket admin. So this AGT is also coming from the backend, right? What if I am not giving the exact input? So I have given 123 Ajin. ID or username is invalid. Again login failed. Again it is asking for the message. System is not getting terminated there. This you have to implement. Do while loop. Simple. Then in first we are giving that data. So it is validated. Then at remaining data we are getting. So let's say 1 I am giving. So I forgot to give the enter choice message here. Correct. That also you can update. Enter choice message is not there, but I am giving the data. So 1, if I am giving 1, from where this data is coming? See, first 8 datas from dummy data, right? Dummy datas are added into the array list. From there we are fetching the datas. So it will give all the datas about the car. So we will come to that one. So it will be same for this, will be same for these 3 options. We don't have to try for that, right? Like you have to check whether it is working or not after doing. Then how can I add a data into the system? So you know what are the datas right now available. So let's say we will add a new data. So 4 is the input. It is asking for company name. Okay. Model. Then year. Price. So car is added. So let's try to print the cars. Is it updated here? 9th data. So in that way you have to update the list. Then what is next? We can update the car. Let's see whether it is working or not. 5. Which data you have to update from here? Mahindra. Okay. So one thing you have to focus is all the casing you have to give properly, otherwise it will not take. We are using equals. If you are using equals ignore case, then that will not be a problem. So Mahindra, model XUV, year, what is the year of that model? 2016. So it is like it is searching for that particular object. It found the object and it is this message you can see what is the difference in this message. It is same print statement, right? These 2 items are same print statement. I added one parameter, but understanding what I am saying. Then we can say Mahindra itself. Mahindra XUV. Okay. 2020 I am giving, and price I am updating as 5,000. Then so it is updated. Let's check what is there in our array list. Is it updated here? So we are not, we have removed that object from there and adding a new object. We can also make update in the same object, any operation, whatever you are finding that as easy, you can use that model. Availability, you can see here already I created some dummy rental also, right? Can you see is all the cars are available? No. So access that availability, I have to implement customer. From admin side, I cannot call that available car.
By default it came
True, it will be. Always it will be. Because when I'm creating a car, I don't have to say it is already rented, right? Because I'm adding into the system. So it will be available from that day. Then while we are giving it for rental, it will be updated as false. That we already did, right, in backend. Then deleting will also be same. 6. Which one? Benz. Company name. With one data we cannot remove. That is why I am taking 3. Better option will be ID. If we are creating a unique ID for all the cars, it will be good. What is the model? A1. Okay. That also we will check. So deleted successfully. Again I will delete one or update one. Let's say, can you see Audi here? No, right? We will update Audi. Audi we are going to update. So series I am taking A1 only. Model. Then 2020. Is this car available in our system? What is happening? For this also same method is performing. Update and delete, the same method I am using. Car not found. Same one method we have created that I am using for updation and deletion. You don't have to write that code again. Try to use the same code. Then go back. What is mean by go back? See, I have given one message in go back. That's option 7. In option admin, if admin is selecting 7, I have printed loading just for user interaction. I given one message loading, and after that loading, what will happen? It will exit from this loop. Yes or no? Will it exit from this loop if it is 7? What is the loop condition? What is the loop condition? What is the loop condition? So it is now 7, right? It will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop means what? Where it will go? Where this item will go? This item will go to the method where we have called this method. Where we have called this method? Here, right? Here, right? It will come to this point. Because that loop is done, method will come back to this point. And like this is already false only, right? This portion. So this if will not work. Already we did all the operations. So if will not work, it will come out of if also, and it will again ask this message. Looping right now like it is coming to this portion. Listen here. So multi-threading, right? So what is multi-threading? Performing So what is called multiple operations performing parallel? Multiple, what is this? Multiple threads. So what is called a thread? You said it is a lightweight sub process. Correct. What is a process? Search process in Google and let me know what is a process. Set of instructions, correct, for a particular task or anything. The set of instruction we can call as process. Where we can use, like how we can perform this process? Who is performing this process? Any idea? It is not OS. Okay. Yes, OS is, everything is performing process. Like we can say in our system also there is a unit which will perform all the processes. What is that unit? CPU is what? What is CPU? Full form? Central processing unit. What is mean by central processing unit? Okay, so we can say what is processor? What is processor? What is mean by processor? Which performs the set of instructions or process, anything, right? So processor can process number, like it can execute number of process, it can perform lot of processes, right? So that is why it is called named as processor, right? So we all have different we have seen lot of processors. In phone we have processor, in computer we have processor, and it can process n number of processes, right? How many processes can be performed in your computer? Any idea? How many process we can perform in our computer? Can we process n number of process in our computer? If I am like how many applications are there in my computer? Can you check how many applications are installed? It is not listing all, it is frequent. I want all. How can I get all? Okay, so okay, we can go to control panel, install application list, we will get there. Task manager, currently how many processes are working, that we will get, right? So these many applications I have installed in my laptop, right? Can I perform all the applications same time? Can I open all the applications same time? What will happen at that time? That is my question. Can I open all the applications? Can I open or not? Yes. Then what will happen? What will be the after effect? Why? That is my question. Why? Why it is lagging? So can I perform n operations in processor? It depends on its clock speed and the capacity. Correct. Like okay, how can I get task manager? Okay, task manager. What is this? Can you see the screen? Okay, 1 second. Can you see the screen now? Task manager, process. How many processes are working right now? How many applications are working right now? 8. Correct? One like recording application is there, that is first listed. Then Eclipse, Google Chrome is open, Excel is open, Notepad, Task Manager itself open. Then Windows Explorer, two different like Explorer is also open. How many items are there? 8 items. How many items are running background? So these all applications are also performing along with this. Not only the applications which we are performing, right? For making all the things working, computer will focus on some operations. That operations are listed here. See. So can I add 10 more applications here? Can I open 10 more items here? If I am trying to open one Visual Studio Code and Zoom application, like big end applications, if I am trying to open, what will happen? Or any game application, I will also open music player. What will happen at last? It will make another application to perform slow, right? But I have to perform all the applications at the same time. Is it possible? No, right? There is a limit. For all the process, there is a, like for each processor, we have a limit of resource. Correct? N number of process can be performed. And like we can take N. It is limited, not unlimited. Correct? So if it is 5, I can open only 5 applications. If it is 6, I can open only 6 applications. If I am trying to open 7th application, what will happen? Getting my point? Processor is there with a limited capacity. I am trying to like open one more item onto that limit. What will happen? It will lag. It will lag the system, and also it will like it will stop executing one process, and it will add the new process to be into the processing. Getting my point? So there is a limitation. So I cannot perform n number of process at the same time. That is like in that point, thread concept is coming. What is a thread? It is a lightweight process. So one process I can divide into n small threads, and I can perform that thread to work at the same time. Thread will work parallelly. So n threads can work parallelly, or like performing the process one by one, or making the thread to perform parallelly. Which one is better? Which one will complete its execution fast, in faster way? Threads, right? That is the importance of thread. What is the use of thread? It will perform it will allow processor to use multiple threads at the same time, and it will execute in a parallel way, like in the same time it will execute. So, and it will also allow us to use the same resource for performing more operations. If it is a process, the problem is one process how to complete its process, then only another process will get the processor. Getting what I am saying? One process how to complete its execution, then only I can add a new process into the system. Otherwise it will lag, because there is no resource. So the new process will wait till all other process will, or at least one process is completing. Till one process is completing, all like the new process will wait. Understanding what I am saying? So we have discussed about processor. Processor can process number of or perform number of process. So what is thread? Thread is a lightweight, and also there is one difference. What is the difference between thread and process?
Process will run at the same.
Tell me, what is the difference between thread and process? It is lightweight, and like it is a full form of like process means it is a full number, all the instructions are there. But in thread we are actually dividing a process into a number of threads. So it is a part of thread, we can like it is a part of process, we can say. Thread is a part of process, so it is not that big, it is a small item, and it can work simultaneously, like not parallelly. It can work parallelly, and number of threads can work parallel. So it will work faster than process, right? We have to just divide that process into threads. Number of threads will work parallelly. So in one, like let's say one process is there, it will take 10 seconds to perform. 10 seconds. I am dividing this into 5 threads. Calculation. 5 threads. So 5 threads are there, which is like this process is divided into 5 threads. Each thread will take how much time? 2 seconds. Let's like it is 2 seconds, right? It can be different because we are not dividing that exactly equal parts, right? Each functionality we will perform, we will divide that into threads. Each functionality we will divide into threads. So we don't know like which, some thread will work 3 minutes, 3 seconds, or some will work 4, some will work 1, less than 1. In that way we are dividing. So let's say 5 threads. Average 2 seconds is enough. Average, correct? 10 divided by 5 will be the average. Average 2 seconds is required for performing this task. And let's say thread 1 T1 is performing 1 second. Thread 2 is performing 2 seconds. Thread 3 is performing 3. But then remaining how many seconds are there? Then how many are there? This sum will be what? 10, right? Sum will be 10. So here how many is remaining? 2. Correct. So this will work parallelly, not one by one. So how many seconds it will take to complete the task? 3 seconds, right? It is working same. Parallel means what? It is working same time. Same time it is working. So 3 seconds is enough to complete this task. We are saving 7 seconds. Getting my point? Process and thread. So it is using for managing the time or resource. To manage the time and resource, we are using thread concept. So multi-threading means what? Multiple threads are working at the same time. Multiple threads. What is a thread? It is a lightweight process. So are you understanding now the difference? You have to search about what is the difference between thread and process. Take a note of thread and process difference. Note down thread and process. So as small as we can make the threads, right? As small as possible we can make the thread. So it will be easier for completing the task. If all the threads will work within one, we can say 1 or 2 minutes. All the items will be executed within that 2 seconds, right? Not minutes, seconds. Getting my point? Here, because of one thread is performing 3, this entire process will complete in 3 seconds. It is performing parallelly. That is the difference. If it is a process, so one process is taking 10 seconds. Consider we have n processes. So P1 is working for 10 seconds. P2 is working for 20. P3 is working for 3. So how many seconds it will take for completing the process? 33 seconds, right? If we are using thread concept, this time we can reduce. And also CPU will be like that, processor will be free for doing the next operation. Getting my point? So threads are also important. Like we cannot use this always. Where we can implement this thread? Where we are seeing this thread concept. It is there in our day-to-day life. How you are logging in, like login into your Facebook? So how many people can log into Facebook at the same time? How it is possible? First one person how to log in. Every other person should wait. Then we have to log in, like we have to give the access for another person to log in. Correct. If that is the case, then what will happen? We have created one application in our console, right? We have created one application in console. In that application, how many users can come at the same time? Why? Why? Because that program is there in our laptop. My program is there in my laptop. Only one can use it. We are not giving that option in another devices, right? It is only available in our device. And also whatever program we have already completed, that we cannot perform as a same time, we cannot perform that logic for multiple users. Getting my point? Because it is inside our one device. We cannot add multiple users for that. So if Facebook is following process kind of option for login, how much time it will take for us to get into our page? Correct. Can we predict that? It will depend on how many people are waiting in the world to log into their system. Like we will be also in a queue where we have to wait till all the other participants or all the person were accessing that account, accessing their account, right? What is a queue? First in, first out. So who came to log into the system, he have to complete the process. Till that we have to wait. Then only we will get the option. Can you give you can consider the example of how many of you have went for movie theater? How you are taking tickets there? I am asking theater. How many of you went for theater taking tickets? What is the process? First in, first out. We cannot make the change, right? Like who is standing in front of us will get the ticket first. But same time, another person is standing out of the queue and he is booking that in internet. Will he get the ticket? No? Yes, right. Getting my point? So in online, what is the difference they have made in that system? The system is actually queue format. Who is coming first, he will get the ticket. If you are late, you will not get the ticket. Correct? But in online application, what is the difference? Same time n participants can book the ticket, correct? And based on the availability they will get the tickets also. They don't have to wait till another person is completing its process. Understanding what I am saying? So that is the situation. That is a situation where we can, for all application, for this user login and all, we have to give this thread idea. Like based on the application, we have to give this thread idea, so that multiple users can access the system at the same time. That is just one example. In this same concept, wherever you can see the same concept, there you can implement this thread idea. Multi-threading means what? Multiple threads will work at the same time, parallel. So we don't have to wait for another process to complete the task. Getting my point? Okay, so in our Java, how we can implement threading? Search it in Google. How we can implement thread in Java? Not multi-threading. How can I create one thread? First search about one thread. So in how many ways we can implement thread in Java? Okay, what are the ways? Extending, okay, thread, or we can say what is the next one? Implements the runnable interface. Any other ways are there? Any other ways are there? Okay, so how can I extend? What is mean by extending thread? You also have to search about what is the life cycle of a thread. How threads are working, life cycle of thread. Search about life cycle. Life cycle of thread. Read each life cycles of and let me know what are the life cycles. One second. What is the first one? New. Active, okay. Blocked or waiting. Then timed waiting. What is mean by timed waiting? Okay, we will discuss that then. Terminated. Any other? Any other? So new. What is mean by new? When a new thread is created, that will be in the state of new. Then what is active? I also have shared something in WhatsApp group. Go through that one also. So new like active we can call as what? Okay, running state. Then blocked state is there, waiting is there, timed waiting is there, terminated. So what is called timed wait?
After its time, it will be directly
It will start its execution, right? So we can say thread is in sleep mode.
sleep mode.
It is sleeping. Then, so how can I implement thread? So you have to go through all this life cycle and how it is working, all those things you have to search. Getting my point? No active, wait, timed wait. Then, how can I implement thread? One thread example is also there, right? We are not going to implement that same one, that you can try as your practice. I have shared something, right, in WhatsApp. That is what I am talking about. That you can try as like your practice. So how can I create a thread? That is my question. Creating a thread in two ways, right? By extending thread or by implementing runnable. So why there is two different mechanism? Why two items are there? If I have a class, I can extend it, right? If I have a class, I can use implements also, right? Why there is two different items? Think. Why this interface is there? If one thread class is there, if I am extending that thread class, my class also will become as thread.
The all the threads should be on outside. The operations of the handle for the
No, it is like both are same. Runnable interface and thread is same. Then why it is using as two different items? When we have to use thread, when we have to use runnable. Okay. I have a class. Class name is demo. How can I make this class as a thread? Extends thread. Correct? So if I am creating an object of demo, this demo will act as thread. Listen here. So this demo will act as thread. In the same demo I can use in this way also. Implements which one? Runnable interface. So if I am creating an object of demo, so that like if I am implementing runnable means I have to write some methods also, unimplemented methods also. Correct. So I can if I can create the object of demo, it will become thread. It will also work. Demo object will also work as thread. Then what is the difference? Any idea? The difference we have learned. Like the reason of difference is that already we learned. Okay, let's say I have a demo class. Which is already a subclass of super demo. Getting my point? I have a demo class which is already a subclass of another class. How can I make this demo as thread? Can I use extends here? Can I use extends here? Can I use comma thread? Then what is the solution? Can I use like this? Two classes. Can I inherit one class, like all the properties of two class into one class? Yes or no?
No.
Then in this situation we don't have any other option. We can only use implements. Getting my point? Yes or no? Can I use like this? What type of inheritance is this? Multiple inheritance. Can I use using class? That is what we were discussing, right? Any doubt? Already demo class is extending another class, but I have to make demo class as thread. Can I extend thread also here? No. So we required some interface. Then only I can achieve that thread concept. That is why runnable is there. Otherwise, for all the normal classes, I can inherit thread class. If it is already in inheritance, then I cannot implement another class. So interface is there. Getting my point? Two different ways for implementing threads. Okay, leave it. We will discuss about creating single class thread. So demo extends thread. Then what are the things we have to focus while creating a thread? Any idea? This thread class contains some methods. Thread class contains start method. Thread class contains run method. Lot of methods are there. You have to figure out how many methods are there in total. We have a lot of methods. So let's say how we can check how many methods are there in thread. Okay. Okay, so this is demo main. Where is demo? Okay, how can I make this demo class as thread class? Extends thread. Correct? Then how many methods are there in thread? We will check that in our main method. So thread class, if it is a class, I can create object also, right? Yes or no? How many methods are there in thread class? Sleep. We discussed about timed wait. Sleep. Then interrupted. What is interrupted?
If one application want to execute, will be stopped there and another thread will be executed.
Okay, then current thread. You can go through all the thread methods, so you will get an idea. Active count or wait, suspend, stop, start, set priority, set name, run, resume, join. This whatever method names that I have given you right now is important. Note down all the names and its working. Use of method. Is alive is there, is interrupted is there. So by the name itself you can identify what is that. Is interrupted. Whether it is interrupted or not, it will give the Boolean data. Correct. Is alive. What is the difference in that? Is it alive or alive means what? running or in blocked state. Like we can check all the, like we can see here itself what is alive. Test if the thread is alive, the thread is alive if it has been started and has not, okay, it is in the process, so it is already in run state, so it will give that, or that we have to. Sleep means it is not taking that, right? Sleep also alive. Then interrupted is what? Is interrupted. What is this? What is meant by interrupt? Interruption means what? Okay, not the terminology. Interrupt, interruption, interrupting. What is meant by this terminology? Not testing. Search. Then what are the other? Okay, get ID, get name, get priority. Note down these methods. You have to search what is this method and its use. Thread methods. Get ID, get name, get priority, get state is there. Search. I'm giving you the names, method names, which you have to search and find out. Other thread is, yes. Interruption means what? Some another thread is accessing the the processor, so we are not able to perform it. We have like some priority, some thread have more priority, so that we have to perform first. So what will happen? Processor will block the current thread and it will give the, it will be blocking means what? It will be in waiting state. It will be moved to wait state. It will not terminate. Interruption means it will be in two different ways. So sometimes it will be in waiting state, or it will be removed. Anything based on the situation it can perform. So interruption means what? Some another is there for performing our instead of us. So we are not able to get the results. Okay, that are the method names, like which is important. Is interrupted is there, join is there. I am again calling that method name. Resume, run, set priority, set name, start, stop, suspend, wait, current thread, sleep. So we have created our thread class, right? What is our thread class right now? Okay. So after this we have to write one thing. So I have created one method called, what is this method name? Run method. Inside that I am saying thread is created, or thread is no, okay, I will just give this method here, like this name message here. Let's see what will happen. Save. I'm going to main. How can I create an object of demo? So I created the object. So after creating the, so in this way I created the object of thread class, because demo is right now a thread class. It is extending the thread, like if we are extending thread class, it will become a thread. So demo is also a thread. So d dot I have to use start. So we already discussed two like different methods are there. If I have to create a thread and run the thread, I have to perform dot star. If I am calling dot start method, it will it will create like this is creating the thread and it is making the thread alive. It is started performing. So let's see what we will get from this. What is happening? How we are getting thread is created. We created this message in run and we are calling start. How it is performing? Understanding my point? I created run method and I am calling start and I am getting that data inside run. So there is an interrelation between or interlink between start method and run method. In thread, I don't have to directly call run method here. Start method is making thread alive. So along with that, the start method which is there inside the thread class contains run method. So thread class, this is an object, this is a method in thread class, right? Start method is a method available in thread class. Inside that thread class, inside this start method, let's say start method is in this way: public void start. Inside this we have a method call of run. So that is why even though we are not calling run method here, start method is performing run operation. So it will make the thread alive and also it will call run. So it will start working, like thread will start working. That is why we are getting this thread is created. Actually thread like in run method we have to give thread is it is not creation. Creation is when a thread is creating, when a thread is getting created while creating the object. While creating the object, the thread is created and we are using start to initiate the thread. So it will start performing. So run method is like whatever code we have to write in that particular thread, that we will write in run method. Getting what I am saying? So let's say I have to, okay, I will remove this part. In my demo, in the run method, I am just printing something, right? Here I will count for int I equal to 0, I 5, okay, 1, 5, I plus plus. Fine. So here I am just counting something. I am printing I. So what will I get? What will I get here? The thread is running, that message will come first. Then what is the thread doing? What is the thread doing? Printing 1 to 5. So let's go to our main method and run the program. What we are getting? Do you have any doubt? That working, do you have any doubt in that working? We are calling, like we have to call start method for the thread so that thread will become alive and also it will call the run method. So run method is where we will write all the operations that I have to perform using the thread. Whatever things I have to perform using the thread, I will write in run method. Is this clear? Yes or no? So we have to call start, it will perform, like it will make the thread alive and also it will work whatever code is there in our run method. Okay. So is there any doubt in that portion? Yes or no? Like what we have did, we have created a thread class. How we created the thread class? It is inheriting all the properties of thread. So demo is also right now a thread class. Right. So after that, what we have implemented inside this thread class? What we have implemented? Run method. So run method is for what? While this thread is alive or while the thread is like created, after created the thread, what we have to do in this method? What we have to do in this thread? That we are specifying using run method. What I have to do with this thread? That I am giving in this run method. What is a thread? It is a lightweight process. So that part of process I have to give in this run method. Then only it will perform. So what are the things I have to perform using this thread? I have to give that inside this run method. Then after this, what we are doing from the main method? We created the object of the thread. So object is thread is created. Then we are calling start. It will make the thread alive and also it will start performing the operations which is assigned to this thread. Where is that operation assigned? Run method. Is this clear? Guys, is this clear? So I have created a thread and I have given some task also to that thread. Understanding? Any doubt? Okay. Can I create another thread? How can I create another thread? One more thread. And one more thread I am going to create. How can I create? Louder. No. D means only one thread I have created, right? If I have to create another thread, what I have to do? What I have to do? Another object I have to create, right? One thread, like if I have to create another one, another thread I have to create, right? So D1, D2 I am giving. I will call D2 dot start. What is your expectation? D1 is one thread, D2 is another thread. Okay, so thread will, okay, what you will get from here right now? Thread, louder. Thread is created how many times? 2 times thread is created, or thread is created, that message is not there. Thread is running message is there. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, sure? Sure? Okay. What is happening here? Why? What is happening here? It is running parallel. What is thread? Thread is not a process, right? What is the difference between thread and process? It is performing the task parallel. How many threads are there right now? Can you identify which thread is performing here? No, right? Listen everyone. Can you identify which thread is running first, like which thread runs first and which one completes first? Can you identify that here? How we can identify that? If we are giving a name, can you identify? If I can say this is from first thread and this is from second thread, if I can name it, can you identify? Yes or no? So let's try to name the thread. How it will be possible? So I have to give D1 as the name for the first thread, D2 as the name for second thread. How can I give that names? Demo. Okay, I am giving D1 here. Right now, which type of constructor I am using? Do I have parameterized constructor? Then what I have to do? What I have to do? How can I get the data? How can I get the data here? Thread name. Okay, I'm getting thread name. With this, what I will do? How can I give the thread name along with this messages? Getting my point? How can I give the thread name along with this messages? Can I use thread name here? Thread name is, why this thread name is not visible here? Thread name plus I have to print like this. Why it is not visible? This one here. Come on. Come on, let me know why this thread name. I am passing thread name from main method, right? Name I am passing. That will come here also. Then why I am getting, why I am not access, why I cannot access this here? What I have to do? Correct? Come on, make it fast. You already know, we already did this lot of times. Declare. Okay. Then thread name, fine. Then what I have to do? This dot thread name equal to thread name. Done. What will I get in output right now? What will I get? D1. Okay, so space is also required. Fine. Correct. So let's save this code. Go to, what is the error? Okay. Okay, go to main method. So I'm just changing this as capital D. Okay. So if I run the program, what will I get? What is your expectation? D1 thread is running, D2 thread is running. Why D2 is performing first? Any idea? Let's run again. We are getting the same output. Now it is changed, right? What is happening right now? So why? What is the reason? So thread is not performing sequentially, right? It is not based on one it is not like one thread has to complete to perform another thread, right? It is performing parallel. So which thread is getting that resource? That is performing. After that it will wait, another thread will perform. Getting what I am saying? So thread is what? What is a thread? It is a lightweight process. And what is the difference between process and thread? See what is happening right now here. First it is completing D2. It is based on how it is allocated that resource. Based on the allocation of resource. See what is happening here. Getting my point? Understanding or not? So can you create a thread in this way? Create a thread class in your project. You can create a package, new package, multi-threading package. There is nothing, right? What is there inside this thread class? You know how to create a variable. You know how to create a constructor. Only this is the difference. And in this also what we are doing? Just printing one message and we created one loop. Both items you know how to create, right? Create a thread class. Make it fast, we don't have time. How many threads I can create? How many threads I can create? How many threads we are creating here? 2. How can I create 10 threads here? How can I create 10 threads? Come on. 10 objects. Do I have to write 10 times this line? Is there any other way? What is that? Array list of demo thread array. New array list. Okay, I have created that. 10 objects 10 threads I have to create and start. Int I equal to 0, array list. Index is 0, starting from 0, right? Less than 10, I plus plus, then so this I can keep inside array list, right? How can I add this into array list? Thread array, correct. Thread array dot add, correct. But all my thread name will be, what is the error here? Okay, yeah. So all the threads names will be D1, right? I have to make it as D1, D2, D3, D10. How can I make? Plus I don't want 0, right? I will start from 1 to 10. Okay, then what I have to do after adding this? Thread dot, how can I get that thread, particular thread? Where is that thread right now? In the, okay, let's say this loop is for creating the thread object. Then how can I start the thread? How can I start the thread? Demo dot start. This is the only two operations that we have to do, right? Yes or no? What we did, creating the thread and also starting. This is the two operation we did, right? This is the loop for creating 10 threads. This is the loop for creating, like starting or initiating the threads. Done. Any doubt in this? So n threads I can create, right? Based on the situation, I can select, I can give that input here. I can start n threads. Any doubt? So what is your expectation? Working? D1 started and completed its execution. D2 also. Okay, so anyway, we are using constructor here. Constructor is creating the thread, right? So here I will make a message also. Here also I will make a message. What is the name? Thread name is created. In this part it is actually creating, right? Object. So thread is created here. With the thread name we will get that idea. So let's see what we can expect from here. What is happening right now? Check. What is happening in each time? First it is creating threads, then it is performing the, like why D3 is performing first? It is based on the availability of resource. We cannot say which thread will perform first. It is performing parallelly. So based on the availability, thread 3 is running first. It started execution, and it is printing 1 to 4. Then D2 got the processor. It is performing some operation. Here also you can see D3 is performing. So in that way multiple threads are executing in the same time. Getting my point? How many threads we created right now? Any doubt? Any differences in logic? Only one thing we added is what? Array and loop. So if in Facebook application, if multiple users are coming, multiple users are trying to log in at the same time, so how many threads we have to perform? That many threads we have to create, right? So if one person is coming, we will create a thread for him. If another person is coming, we will create a thread for him. We cannot say we have to keep 10 threads or we have to keep 5 threads. Correct. This depends on the object, like a new person into the system. So based on that we have to choose how many threads to create. Even after creating this many threads, can I create one more thread? Yes or no? I created 10 threads here, right? Can I add one more thread? What we are using here? Array list. It can contain n items, right? So can I create a new thread and add into that one? So let's say 10 threads I have already created. I am creating thread array dot add a new thread. I am creating new demo message special thread. Okay, so it will print a special thread, right? Let's try. Will it work in this start? It is like for each loop, right? Not for loop. So whatever elements are there, it will perform. So 11 elements will take by for each loop. It is not working based on index. Correct. So how many elements are there, that many elements will perform. Let's run the program. What you are getting right now? All the threads are created, and where is our special thread? It is performing, right? But I have to perform special thread fast, like even more faster than every other thread. I have to give some more priority to that. Can I set priority in thread? We have already checked the methods, right, related to threads. Which method I can use for giving some different priority? Okay, so for only for this thread I will give the priority. So what I am going to do is demo special equal to, I have created this, and how can I set the priority? Special dot set priority. What can be the priority values? Do we have any priority values in thread itself? I think thread dot max priority, min priority, normal priority. What is this max priority? If the value is 10, that is okay, then min priority value is normal priority 5. So I will give max priority. So I am accessing that using thread. Why? This data is static. This variable is static in thread class. That is why I am using thread dot max priority, which means I am adding 10 there. I can add 10 directly also. Fine. 1 to 10, whatever data I am assigning, that I can give. What priority I am specifying, that I can specify 1 to 10 right. Based on that it will perform. So let's say I am giving 10. So I can pass here special, right? Okay, we will check what is happening in the output right now. So if I am performing this code, what will I get? What is your expectation? Let's try. What is happening right now? Here it is performing, right? Some threads are performing first, like above, and here it is performing. So let's change all the priorities, like all the thread priorities as lower. All the priorities as lower. So here itself, how can I access the data? Dot get I dot set priority. What can I give? 1. Let's try 1. 1 is minimum, right? Yes or no? Okay, let's try now. Now it is working, right? Now it is working, right? D1 is executing because D1 is starting. See, special, this one will start at last, but it is coming first, right? Getting what I am saying? The very first thread getting started is what? That is in the order only. This array list contains n number of threads. First object is what? D1. Second object is D2. D3, D4, every threads are there. At last we have special. If that special is there at first, then Okay, can I add a data in first position? Do I have add method which will update the data in? Okay, yes. In this way I can update the data in the first position, right? Now let's try. Now is it working? Because this is the first data getting into the start, and it will not allow any other process to perform because it is the priority, like most prior thread that is performing first, and then only another process, like another threads will get the processor. Getting what I am saying? It is performing parallelly, but all its variants will perform first because it is priority, like the priority of this thread is high. It is performing, then only other will get the processor. Getting my point? So we can specify priority also. So we have created n threads. One special thread we added with the priority 10, and I am adding that into the first position. Any doubt in this? Yes or no? So here also you can see. Correct. Special thread is performing first. Then only another threads are getting the opportunity. Any doubt in this idea? Any doubt? Yes or no? No? One more thing is there. One more thing is there. This process is what? We are just incrementing one data, right? We can add sleep. Thread dot sleep, and if I am giving 1000, what is mean by 1000? What data I am giving here? Can you see that unit long millisecond? What is millisecond? How many millisecond is 1 second? Normal second. So if I am giving 1000 means that is 1 second. Getting my point? So I given 1000 here. So every time after counting all the threads, after counting I, it will wait for 1 second. So it is showing error, right? Actually this error is called exception. We will learn exception tomorrow. This is the problem of exception. We will learn exception tomorrow. So exception means there is a chance of getting our program terminated. If our thread is not there, thread is already in dead state, then this will not work, right? There is a chance. So exception means what? There is a chance of getting our code terminated. So we have to write a code for not to perform the termination. To avoid the termination, what are the things I can do? That we have to specify here. So you can see one surrounded with try catch. Okay, I am selecting that. So this is the exception handling technique that we will discuss tomorrow in detail. So in that try, whatever code might get exception, that we will write in that try block. Then catch block, two different blocks are there, try block and catch block. In try block I will write all the code which might get exception, that we will write in try block. Then in catch block we will mention what I have to, if that code is getting exception or terminated, how can I avoid that situation, or what I have to do, that I can write in catch block. Understanding what is try and catch? Try means we are trying the code. That code might get exception. If it is getting exception, we will catch that and perform the logic, so that our code will not get terminated. You know array out of bound exception. If I am accessing an element which is not inside the array, it is exception, right? It is not error, it is exception. Correct. Error and exception is different. Note down, you have to find out what is the difference between array and exception. Error and exception. Yes, note down that point. Error and exception. Tomorrow we will discuss about that also. So here, what is the interrupt? What is the interruption or exception we can expect? The exception we can expect is interrupted. Our thread if our thread is interrupted, then this will not work, right? Getting what I am saying? If our thread is already interrupted, then this will not work, right? So we have to, like, this is the one situation where our code get exception. In array, like if I am accessing an element which is not inside the array, then what is the exception keys? Index out of bound exception. So we will write index out of bound exception here. In that way it is performing. So try block and catch block is there. In catch block we will write the code for handling the exception. So I given sleep. Only this line I added and remaining things I auto generated. So let's run the program now. Then we will complete this. So is there any other changes? No, right? Okay. So it is still working. See what is happening right now? What is happening right now? See. What happened? Even though priority is there, what is happening right now? First it is started with the special only. After that, after counting 1, special will wait for another 1 minute. So 1 second, correct. It will wait for 1 second. In that time period, another thread also can perform, right? Getting my point? So after that 1 second is over, again special will perform. Till that second, till that 1 second is completing, another threads can also perform. That is what happening here right now. Every time after performing one operation, it is waiting for 1 second. So by the time another thread also can perform. Getting my point? Any doubt? So that is the use of thread dot sleep. Any doubt in these items? Whatever we discussed about multi-threading. Like this is the basic idea of multi-threading. You will implement lot of things later, not now. So right now you have to get some idea how threads are working, what is thread, and how we can implement threads, how we can give priority to threads, what is sleep in, like how threads can wait. And also tomorrow we will discuss few more things, 1 or 2 things are there left with, so that also we will discuss. Then we will start our exception. After exception, file handling is the topic. Like these are the topics we have to cover in this week. So you have to search about exception handling, and whatever things I have given, that also you have to search and come tomorrow. Okay.